You know, I'm sorry that you guys in California are about to face further lockdowns. My friend who was living with me for a short time when the lockdown started is coming back to live with me again. I think I mentioned that. She can't work in Los Angeles. It's
Right.
crazy. And I don't know if you saw that video. Oh, this was so upsetting. The video that went around this weekend of this restaurant owner in California, and she was
Oh,
live streaming it, and she was
yep.
visibly upset because she spent all this time creating, according to guidelines, this outdoor accommodation for outdoor seating so she can try and hang on barely, and now they're not going to be able to do that anymore. And then she's pointing just 6 feet away, the same setup, outdoor tables and tents and stuff for a big movie production that's going to be happening right next to her restaurant. And it's like, okay, my outdoor seating, unsafe. This seating right here, this outdoor seating for the movie set, totally safe. She was furious, and understandably so.
Well, she doesn't realize that it's it's safe if it's woke leftists doing it. So that's the logic. I'm sure that the
I'm,
movies,
I'm.
I'm sure the entire production company is woke and leftist. So
It's just that video I think is what put me over the edge again in terms of just being done. I'm just done with this,
yep.
and I'm still being aware of what other people's. It's a weird thing, Carter. I don't know if you've experienced this. It's a weird thing because um, we're operating in a culture. The current culture has now said that those who are in favor of not just personally choosing to social distance or to shut down their business or to not go out or to wear masks, that those people are in the right, but also that the people saying everyone should do that are in the right, that the
Right.
state forcing that's somehow in the right. And so when I am talking with people who disagree with me about this stuff, I'm finding it kind of, necessary to be very upfront about, to say things that shouldn't need to be said, that obviously I support your right to do whatever you choose. Obviously. Why should I have to say that? But I do, because we're in this place where the people who bought into all this crap, somehow they view those of us who oppose authoritarian measures, who oppose the lockdowns and oppose the mask mandates. They view us as somehow, I mean, it's an upside down world. Like somehow we want to infringe on their rights. No, I don't want to infringe on your right at all. You should be able to shut your business if you want. You should be able to do social distancing in your business. You should be able to stay home if you want, wear a mask if you want, do whatever the F you want. That's the whole point. And your neighbor should be able to do whatever the F they want, including operate their business, go out to a restaurant if they want, go to a rock climbing gym, not wear a mask if they don't want to.
Yep.
And I'm tired of, like, I guess because we're in this place. I don't know if you're in the same place or not, maybe you're not, but because I've just felt this need to say the things that obviously shouldn't need to be said and to take care of the feelings of the person I'm talking to. And now I'm kind of just tired of that. I'm tired of taking care of your feelings.
I never
I'm more
like
back
taking
to,
care of feelings of people I'm talking to.
yeah,
Sure.
I'm, I'm back to this place of just saying no more, end the lockdowns.
Yeah.
I don't want to be apologetic about it anymore. End the lockdowns. Like,
Yeah.
end the lockdowns. And I'm not ashamed to say that. End these effing lockdowns and end the mask mandates. And you can call me whatever you want because you're stupid and you don't understand what I'm saying. But, I'm not saying you shouldn't wear a mask. Wear whatever the F you want.
If you want to lock down, I'm not against you locking down. And for the people who are new to this show, I'm going to say it again. I know we've said this. We've reminded people several times of this, but I
Carter
want
was
to say
wearing a
this.
mask.
In January, when all of you idiots were telling people to go to Chinese New Year and hug a Chinese person, and the people in New York, the politicians were saying COVID's not a big deal, it's not a thing. I was locked down, not going out at all. Like literally not at all, ever. We had a stock of food. We had all of our stuff. We were scared. We were scared because we had been paying attention to China. and it was unclear how deadly the virus was. And we knew that we wanted to protect our family, and we stayed inside. We stayed inside. And at the time, my daughter was going to, part-time going to a school and part-time being homeschooled. We pulled her, we did 100% homeschool. We pulled her out, and we literally stayed home. And we don't do that anymore because more information has come out. And now I see that the virus actually isn't that big of a deal for us. None of us have huge pre-existing conditions. We're not 80. The virus isn't that dangerous. It's more dangerous than the flu. I get it. And it's dangerous for a certain set of the population. But we're no longer as freaked out about it as we were before. But that was our decision. If you want to still be freaked out about it, do what I did. I didn't need hair salons to shut down in order to protect my family. I didn't need to be forced to lock down. I locked down voluntarily because I used my judgment. Maybe my judgment was wrong. It doesn't matter. I used my judgment. You have a right to use your judgment, but you don't have a right to substitute your judgment or the judgment of a politician for my judgment.
For mine.
Use your own judgment.
For mine, yeah.
I'm not going to mock you. You want to stay home and wear a full hazmat suit? Fine. I might mock you a little bit if you do that, but you want to stay home and wear a hazmat suit and never go out because you're worried? Okay, go ahead. I don't know your situation. I don't know what pre-existing conditions you have. I don't know if you've got a 100-year-old grandma lying in bed about to die that you definitely want to keep safe. I don't know. But I don't have that. I've got a child who's a preteen and a wife who's in her 30s. We're with no pre-existing conditions. We are fine. We're fine. We don't need to worry about it. This idea that like a bunch of people who couldn't think for themselves when I was thinking for myself now have the gall to tell me that I'm the one not being safe. F you. By the way, there you go, Marie. You don't have to pay more for the swear jar. F you. Go protect yourself. Use your own judgment to protect yourself. You think that there's a zombie apocalypse out there? Use your own judgment. I don't think there's a zombie apocalypse out there.
Yeah. And I'm back to being in that place of pissed off about it, about they don't understand what rights mean. Personal responsibility means you can stay the F at home if you feel unsafe. It doesn't mean you get to tell your neighbor to stay home.
That's right.
And not go to work. Like, you make your decisions for your body and your life and what you're willing to do. I'm at the point where I've been looking up things like all of us, this year's been crazy. And even though Texas is more lax in some counties than California, for sure, I mostly don't wear the mask. I get away with not wearing it. There's a couple places where I'll put it on under the nose, whatever. But mostly I'll just don't wear it. I go to the grocery store, say, would you like a mask? And I say, oh, no, I don't wear those. And I just keep going. And they haven't been bothering me lately. But it's a little more lax. But there's still like any kind of if you want to go to the rock climbing gym, they're going to make you wear a mask to rock climb. If you want to go to one of these sip and stain things where you go and you get to paint or do a pottery class or whatever, you're going to have to wear a mask. I was getting so fed up looking up stuff because I want to get out and do stuff again. Sure. So I was thinking, I just want to start holding some speakeasy type events and parties at my house where it's like masks are not necessary. Come to my house.
Saying this.
We're going to have a big old party and music, and we're going to paint things and we're going to make a potter. I don't know. We're going to do things, and you don't have to wear a freaking mask and let the cops try to shut me down.
It's funny that you're saying that, Carrie, because I mean, you know me, I'm not a party guy. I'm an introvert. So I don't like parties ever. And we almost never do anything out of the house for New Year's Eve. Like, my wife doesn't like parties much either. So we're both like, sometimes we'll go watch fireworks, but we don't go to parties. This is the first year. Because of these lockdown orders, I'm kind of like, maybe we should have a New Year's Eve party. Like suddenly I want to hang out with people. Just because I'm being told I can't, which I know is a little childish, but
no, but it's because it's authoritarianism.
It is.
And I hate you. I know exactly, Carter. This is in the Venn diagram of personality traits. This is where we overlap. I hate people telling me what to do. You don't have a right.
I know. I know. And by the way, the thing that's not being talked about is one of the things that's not being talked about. We're talking about suicide rates and depression and blah blah blah. I've now spoken to a few different parents about this. There are a lot of kids that are struggling with depression. Like kids that
Yeah.
the kids shouldn't struggle with depression. God, like who the hell when you were growing up? Who the hell struggled with depression? Like it's not a thing for kids. I mean, it shouldn't be. But there are like normal kids, a lot of normal kids struggling with depression because they can't see their friends. They can't go to school. They're sitting at home playing video games or doing whatever they're doing, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch kids struggle like this because some jerk in government wants to virtue signal about
Yeah.
how look how my lockdowns are going. We should do more lockdowns. You can't go to school. You can't hang out with your friends. You know, my I won't share her personal situation, but my daughter goes to she horseback rides and she goes to a barn and she hangs out with other people working at the barn for basically every hour she's not in school. She like lives at the barn. She loves the barn. And they have to shut down a bunch of operations at the barn. And it's like the only thing she could do right now is go to the barn. She can't see friends. She can't go out with friends. She can't go to school. She doesn't have interaction with any. The only thing she's allowed to do is go to the barn and interact with a few adults, and like take care of horses and shovel horse crap or whatever else. Like now she's not allowed to do that. She can't go to the barn anymore because of the new lockdowns. It's just like my heart breaks for her. I don't know, like what the hell? What the hell?
This is not good for kids. I have a friend whose daughter is some kind special. She has special needs. Brilliant child, but has certain social needs and issues. And this has not been good. And just everybody has these stories. They know people whose lives have been affected and in some cases destroyed because of these authoritarian measures.
Yep.
And we're just not, the news isn't going to talk about it. The news is just pushing the same old BS. If you oppose these measures, you want people to die and you're against. No, we are the ones who care about people's lives.
Right.
You don't get to claim that false moral high ground anymore. I'm tired of it. You haven't
claim you care about their lives. I care about them living.
Care. But they don't even care about their lives. They don't care about the suicide. They don't care about the depression rates, the opioid overdoses. They don't care about the children being thrust into depression. They don't care about any of it.
You're right.
Screw these people.
They don't.